In San Francisco, people have been leaving their hatchbacks open so that when the criminals come, they don't smash out the windows. They just walk up, look in the car, they see it's open, there's nothing in there, they keep going. Yep. And I think Benny Johnson, he got robbed, didn't he? Yeah, he was filming in Oakland or something.
Right.
And
That
then
was crazy.
they came and smashed the window and tried. I don't know if they actually stole stuff or tried stealing it.
The Tides Foundation is also funding the Indivisible Project, which has been staging and organizing protests against Teslas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Tides is funded by USAID. So Elon is in a position to end the funding to Tides.
Well, and USAID just closed.
Yeah,
Like they're
shuttered the
they're
doors.
done.
Yeah.
They shut that down the end of last week, I think.
One of the craziest things about living in one of these bigger cities is you can realize just how much people can get accustomed to when people talk about like, oh, my car only got broken into twice last year. And you're like, imagine this, dude. There's a place you can live where that just doesn't happen at all.
Or nobody breaks into your
Where
car.
nobody breaks into your car.
That would be nice. I think in general, Americans mostly want a high trust society. And it's really been damaging having that trust just disappear slowly and then, all at once.
Yeah.
It's pretty much gone.
I mean,
now.
that's been gone for a long time.
It's been
I
gone
think.
for a long time, but
even before the political animosity in the last 10 years, 20, 30 years of the media giving you the boogeyman of criminals and serial killers and stuff like that, high trust society's gone a long time.
But you pretty much, now you're at a point where you figure your neighbors might attack you.
Yeah.
Your neighbors might come shoot your dog. Your neighbors might yell at your kids or.
So I think they should
any of
just
that kind of
ban. They should just be no political signs in your driveway for the good of society. No,
Or maybe
political
just no
signs.
neighbors.
No.
That would work also.
That would work too. That's you got to go live on a farm somewhere,
Yeah.
buy land of your own.
Yeah, but then you have to grow things.
Then you're expected to do something
You
with
have
that
to
land.
do something with
Yeah.
the land. Yeah.
What a tragedy to hear Americans talking about this way about their country. Is this really something you believe is the case across the country? That
But
the trust is
The
going
death
down?
of the high trust society. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, that's for real.
I mean,
yes.
at the very least in big cities.
Winston, I went to a CVS and I couldn't buy ice cream. So we were in. I think we were. Where were we?
that could be New York, Chicago,
I think it was in
Philadelphia.
Philly. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I needed to get nail clippers, because we were traveling. I walked inside, walked up to where the nail clippers would be. Most of the products were gone, and the ones that were there were locked. So I was just like,
And then you have to try and find someone who works there.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go find someone because I need the nail clippers. Whatever. I'll clip my nails when I get home. I'm only here for the weekend. So I said, screw it. I'm going, Allison was over by the snacks and I walked over to the snacks and she's looking at Cheez-Its or whatever and crackers. And I was like, let's just get a thing of ice cream. Screw it. I walk up to the fridge and
Doors locked.
locked. Could not even take ice cream. It was locked.
Yeah.
And I just said, let's just go.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk up, say, can I get ice cream? Walk back, get the ice cream, walk back. I don't care that much. And you know what? I shouldn't be eating ice cream anyway.
But also, it's hard to find somebody in the store. So we simultaneously have a decline in trust in our society and all of these automated things coming into place that only work in a high trust society, like not that many people at CVS because it's all self-checkout, or the grocery store, or like different AI type of components like the AI drivers, the Waymo and all of this stuff. That works in a high trust society, and in a low trust society, it's just kind of terrifying to get into.
What would you say the reasons that it's become a low trust? Because I've seen this come into your wonderful country over the last 2 decades, and I've seen the change, particularly in Democrat cities. I think of New York, I think of San Francisco, where I've had this similar experiences to you guys. But in Europe, and particularly in Britain, what's happened is mass migration is the effect, and it's through mass migration that we're seeing increase in violence, particularly in cities. We're seeing social cohesion breakdown, and we're seeing riots, counter riots. I mean, I could talk about the British Pakistani grooming gangs, which have inspired that, and it's really mass migration. Is that the same story here in America? Is it mass migration? You've had your own problems.
I think it's more high crime, no prosecutions, and high limits on what it takes to get a felony. So if it costs, if somebody has to steal $900 worth of stuff to get a felony, people just put a bunch of stuff in a garbage bag and walk out. And we've seen endless videos of this at all of these
California.
stores. If there's no consequence for their actions, the store has to do what they have to do to try and protect their merchandise. And what's hilarious is then they have found a way to then make this an argument about capitalism, where they say it's actually capitalism's fault that stores are locking up all their merchandise, and say that it's disproportionately affecting people in cities like this, which do happen to be largely, in some places, heavily populated by minorities, which then they make a racial argument when it's more the fact that nobody's being prosecuted for the crimes.
Well, or like the changes, exactly, the changes in some of the laws, like loitering is no longer a law in Los Angeles, which means that there's no, there's no easy avenue for police to intervene in suspected prostitution because loitering is perfectly legal.
It's
or broken windows.
The issue
or
is community.
Turnstile jumping.
The issue is community, and community doesn't exist anymore. It used to be that you had a small town, everybody knew each other. You're not going to commit a crime against someone you know. It's going to cause you problems with your friends and your family. But now nobody knows each other. So the attitude of police, the attitude of criminals, of everybody is, ain't nothing bad coming my way. You know, during the lockdowns, when Attila's gym was shut down, the local cops refused initially. They said, we're not going to shut it down. They lived there. They're going to be social pariahs in their own town. So the state got cops from another town to come in, because those cops are like, yo, we could literally do anything we want to you. And it's not going to affect me anyway, because when I go to wash my laundry or buy groceries, I don't live here. And so that's the problem we're facing with crime in all these places. Everyone's attitude is basically like, it's for me and my family. I don't know you. And there you go.
And most cops don't work in the city that they live anymore.
Or the city is so big
Yeah.
that they live in one part and serve another. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.